We are here to show off some video editing software. I'm not quite centered. Is that better? Okay, yes, better now. Okay, I gotta remember to look up here instead of straight at my own face, because to you, me looking at me is looking down, but me looking up the top corner of my phone is looking at you. So I gotta make eye contact with you. So yeah, that's something I gotta learn. You'll probably notice that I talk about that in the video that I'm gonna edit, which I'm gonna append to this video at the end. I talk about that, but that's a different situation because I'm talking to the back of my phone in that video. So I don't have to worry about it because I'm not seeing my face. So I don't have to worry about trying to interact with the lens as opposed to my eyes. Now while I'm doing the inset picture, I can see my face, so when I think in terms of trying to make eye contact, I try to make eye contact with the image of me, which is looking differently from where you're seeing my eyes. So I've got to break that habit. And this is my continuing effort to do that. But enough about that. Let's talk about what we're trying to show you here. I'm going to take you to the App Store so I can show off the video that I've used. I used this one, InShot. Pardon me, there are going to be times when I'm going to be looking somewhere other than the camera while showing you this stuff, because I'm doing this stuff live in the inset video, so I'm having to look down at my phone to point to things. As you can see, I have not reviewed it yet. These things happen. I just now downloaded it and tried it. So be patient. Look real quickly at the features. It is a full-featured video editor, trimming and cutting, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to discuss that in a moment. Video merger, I have not tried that feature yet. Crop video and export in HD quality. Again, I haven't tried that yet. I may have to do some experiments later, but for now I just wanted to do basic editing and mess with some of the effects. Fit your video and photo in any aspect ratio. Easy to use. Instagram Video Maker and TikTok Editor. Yes, this is good for using on Instagram and TikTok. You can rotate and flip the video. Music and sound effects, I haven't done anything with that yet. Video transition effects, there's also features of that I have not used yet. Video filters and video effects, I did use some of those, so that's something good as text and stickers. I use that quite a bit. Video speed control, another thing that's kind of frustrating because you cannot do it on a portion of the video. You can only do it for the entire video or not at all. It's very frustrating. I'm going to do a shout out right now for Matt Stonie, the competitive eater. When he does videos, he does a nice little intro at regular speed where he talks about what he's going to do and just shout out to his fans. And he talks about his paid promotions and everything. And then when he does the actual competitive eating challenge that he's posed for himself, whether it's because of training for a competition he's about to go to, or if it's because something his fans just wanted to see him do, and he's responding to a fan request. Well, when he's doing the challenge, if he's not saying anything meaningful, he speeds up that portion of the video extremely fast, so you can't tell what he's saying, but at least it shortens the length of the video. This software you can't do that with. You either have to speed up the whole thing or slow down the whole thing or not use the feature at all. So since I want to talk, we can't have that. Video converter and slideshow maker. I would probably use the slideshow maker for this video except for the fact that I have to talk during it, so that's not likely to be a thing. Ratio and background. I did mess with the background features some. I'll show you that in a moment. Share, I don't see the point of sharing things directly to YouTube because there's a lot of preparation you have to do for uploading a video to YouTube. You have to figure out what you're going to put in your description, you have to rename it, you have to set all your child audience features, whether or not it's for children or not. That's a big deal now with the copyright laws and the CCPA, that kind of stuff. But anyway, so these things you have to think about in advance. So I would not recommend using this app to share directly to YouTube. It is a professional photo editor apparently, but as I'm going to say in a moment, it's not quite up to the standards. I would show it to you, but unfortunately, as I found out, you can't use video while recording a video. I need to not be showing you these while I'm trying to talk about them. I only want to show you them in order. Okay, here's something that I don't know if I got the right screenshot for this. No, I didn't. There's a part of the video where I put a text thing. I put sleight of hand across the middle of the screen, and then immediately after it I switched to watch my fingers here, and I made that for a very long segment of the video. Watch closely. There's one part where the reason I'm calling it sleight of hand is because I'm trying to hide the brand name on the mask while I'm showing it off. So you watch my fingers as I try to keep it covered while I'm showing that side of the mask. And then when I go to put it away, I accidentally move my fingers and you can see it for a moment. So, not really apologizing. It was just something I was trying to do to keep my brand name out of the video. But if you look close enough, you see I failed. As you can see, the stickers can be used for only a portion of the video. It's nice, but there's one thing that's bad about the use of the feature. It's really difficult because, let me see, did I have one where I showed? No, I didn't. Let me go to a screenshot. I'm going to show you these in a moment when I get to them. Here, where it shows to change the duration of the effect in your video, it puts these little triangle things on both sides of the span and suggests that you move it across. Well, it's hard to tell exactly where you're placing your beginning or end because your finger is in the way. It's kind of like when I put my finger on the camera lens to show you this is what I'm supposed to be looking at. While I've got my finger covering it, you can't see it. And in fact, it pulls down my menu too. But that's one of the problems that I have with this feature, is that it's hard to control it. Okay, let me go back. Did I show it off here? Yes, here's the part where I don't know if you can tell where in the video it is, but here's where I accidentally show the brand name of the mask. Actually, these are the masks provided by my employer, and you're not supposed to have seen that. Let me go back to where I was. Okay, yes, here's where I did my watch my fingers here. I showed off the heart emoji because I was talking about my book and being a narcissist. Here's where I was trying to mess with the speed because I was talking about these obnoxious crackers at length, and I wanted to kind of shorten that part of the video because with the free trial version, you can change your speed up to 2.0. If you wanted to speed it up faster than that, all the way up to here, you would need to have the premium paid version, which I said, well, you know what? I don't want to mess with the speed anyway, because again, you can only change the speed for a segment of the video, not the entire. I mean, you can only change it for the entire video, not for a segment. Here is where I was messing with the background. I decided to put a background in the video, and what it does, instead of, when I do phone videos, usually it expands the whole video and makes the background of the remaining space a fuzzed out version of the video. So I don't know how this is going to work. I haven't uploaded it yet. I haven't reviewed it yet. I just said, here, let's try this, and then we'll save it and see what happens. And before I upload or review it, I'm doing this video where I'm talking about it, so I don't know how it's going to work. You can do backgrounds, you can do complete color backgrounds. When I first tried to use it, the color background did fill the side space completely and left the ratio alone. But then when I had the same thing with the gradient. It filled the sides of the video completely with the gradient. And I thought, oh, I'm cool with that. But then later I decided I wanted to use the background. And when I selected background, it did this. It cropped it down to the size of the background. And we're going to find out what happens when I upload it to YouTube later. Which, since you're hearing me say this, you're watching that right now. I don't know what happens yet, so don't spoil it for me. I wanted to show off there are different filters for different color schemes. There's also different effects you can use. I wanted to show this off because this HD feature is a premium only feature. Apparently I won't be able to use it until I've paid for the software, but the other features, other effects were quite accessible. I decided to try the glitch effect. Again, it's a feature that you cannot do on just a portion of the video. You do it for the entire video, or you don't do it at all. There's different features, flip, mirror, mosaic, or you can just stick with the original effect. Here are some of the stickers that I was able to use. These are animated stickers here. The clapping thing when I said I shaved. The heart's eyes thing, which it shows a slight amount of drooling. I didn't try any of the other ones. I'm sure the eyes, the pupils move. I'm sure the flames dance. The share one, the hands keep reaching out. It's kind of creepy. Breaking news, the words slowly expand and fill the screen to say breaking news, and it comes out one letter at a time. Here are the Facebook style emojis, where it's a larger library of emojis. These are static emojis though, they don't move. But again, there's placement ability. You can also do stickers of uploaded images, which I do use at one point. This and that novella book cover, I put that in the video at one point. Of course, I decided to show off my Mangled Doves logo and something I uploaded from the internet to my phone. I just decided to import it and then not use it, but it's basically a stop hand from your phone. This is the text editing. Basically, it's kind of like your texting feature in your phone. I'm looking down a lot again. I need to start looking up at the lens. Okay. Oh, I like texting on your phone, except you do have some color changing. It does some automatic capitalization, justifying, so you can have it think, kind of like when you're using graphics in your Paint program. It's basic, simple little features. Here shows off the hand clapping thing that shows where it shows it for a portion of the video, a segment of the video, and here's where it shows the little arrows to increase or decrease the length of duration. As I said, it's very difficult when you put your finger on it to move it. You really won't know if you've moved it unless you're moving at a large distance until you move your finger away, because you can't see what it's doing because your finger's in the way. So that's one drawback I had to using this app. And again, I didn't want to get all lectury. The first video take of this, I got all soapboxy talking about how I don't like applications pushing us towards phone-based interaction, because I just don't think that a phone-based editor for videos will be practical for the very reasons of this is highly ineffective. The trimming was also difficult. The one thing I did like, being an ad-supported version, the ads show up, except for when you're doing, I don't know if I have any screenshots of it, but when you're doing basic editing things, there's a banner at the top. Not when you're doing editing, it's when you're selecting the file. There's a little banner at the top of the screen that barely shows up. It doesn't get in the way or anything. And then when you're converting and saving your video, it shows a little thermometer which tells you how much progress it's made. And as it's progressing, there's this little circle where it lights up the part that it's done, and it updates the percentage of completion, and that's where your full screen ads show up. That's not a problem because it doesn't interfere with your use of the app. When you're in this phase, you're here just to watch this and sit there and wait and twiddle your thumbs, and your only interesting change is going to be this number here. Best place to put ads, because there's nothing else to do but look at them, and they're not getting in the way. So kudos on that feature. And they do change several times while you're updating. What else did I skip? Oh yes, the text part, where I show off that you can format the text so that it is only one line. One thing I have noticed is that at the beginning of the video I said video editing software straight across the screen. I think it's going to get chopped off on the sides. Again, I don't know because I haven't reviewed the output video yet. Yes, I had to be very careful with this when I put the hand clapping over my face for I shaved. Most of it was because I wanted to cover my face while I was saying that, because people would suddenly be looking and they'd be suddenly unable to see that. I think it's funny that the ring light shows right in the middle of my lens during that. As you can see in the video, because I was using the back of my phone, I didn't have my eyes to look at. I spent a lot of it looking directly at the camera because I did not have a face to focus on. But anyway, I don't want to go and blab too much because I'm also appending the video to this video, the output finished video, and there's going to be a link to the original version so that you can compare the two. I don't expect too many people to look at it, but still, it's there for if you want to look at it. What else do I want to talk about? Anything? Nothing? Those stupid crackers. And yes, drooling over my book. Secret codes you don't need to have. This is something I'm doing for a later video that I haven't done yet. But you don't need to be talking about that, do you? So yes, I'm going to append the video to this, and it will appear right after this. I'm doing a full screen test because I want to show off a video editing software. I'm trying to deal with only having had 1 cup of coffee today. Yes, it's kind of early in the morning, so I'm not really that awake. Look, I shaved. Nice and close. But I want to do a full screen video because I want to practice looking at the lens. So I'm looking at you instead of at my own eyes. And yes, you want me to change back to my wireframe glasses so you can see my face better. But I wanted to show off this new mask I got. It's a full cloth mask. It doesn't have a slot for a filter, but it's nice and lined. It's got little adjustable things on the ear hooks. But I need to wash. I've got like 5 of them. I need to wash one because I got some food on the inside from my mustache. Things they don't tell you about when you have a mustache. I also wanted to show, since you can read things, and I can show off my favorite moon pies. This is actually vanilla flavored ones, these minis that I got. They are not nearly as good, but they're still a moon pie. But remember, banana moon pies. We have our priorities. I looked on the website. Did you know they also have strawberry moon pies? Apparently they're supposed to also have lemon. I think that would work, but I don't know about the strawberry. But I'm cool with the banana. And since we're here and you can see, I'm going to show off my book again because I'm always plugging this damn thing. But there's poetry in it in case you like poetry. These are some poems that I wrote for my dear internet sister, Patricia Prieto. She married a really great guy, Rick. High five for Rick. But yeah, going back to my book, because I can't stop talking about it because I'm being stubborn and selfish and narcissistic. That's the word. I'm being narcissistic because I'm a really great novelist. Actually, no, I'm not. This is my first really complete full novel. This and That was a novella. And it's not nearly as good. I mean, you know, it was fun and entertaining and creative, but it was really untrained. I mean, granted, apparently study particle physics has its rough spots, but I'm not going to get into that much because I'm going to be doing a separate video about the book later. Now, because I'm not able to get moon pies, I'm having to eat these cheap knockoff of Ritz crackers. They're not really that buttery. They kind of taste more like a Nilla wafer than a Ritz cracker, but they're a cheap knockoff. I'm not going to show the box because that would be shaming. I'm just talking about the fact that I'm having to go through when I don't have moon pies. Listen to that crunch. Can you hear that? Here, let me take a bite real quick. Isn't that obnoxious? This is what I have to go through for you people. Okay, are we done yet? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this so I can show off the editing software that I'm probably not going to buy because it's a $3.99 a year subscription. Now that might seem like a very small amount of money for an entire year, but if you think about the number of things that I would have to get subscribed to get premium services, my quote-unquote annual subscription payments would be another drop in the bucket to nickel and dime me to death for the sake of being in the economy. So let's not get into that. But also, I'm not sure if the editing software is right for me on the phone. Nom nom nom. Let me talk with my mouth full in a video. Pry all the crumbs off my teeth. So I think what I'm really worried about is that the editing software, I won't be able to do everything that I want to do on my phone as opposed to my desktop computer. One of these days I'm going to get something where I can show off my desktop computer and do videos with that. It'll be nice to be able to do a Twitch-like video, playing some full-screen games and doing some stuff on my computer instead of just doing stuff on my phone. Granted, you know, that's the way that works. Other things I can show off because we're not backwards is graph paper, because there's no words for you to see. Actually, it does say memo at the top, and there's some strange company at the bottom. What is this? Formcraft. Formcraft, can you read that? But yeah, it's basically graph paper used as a memo pad. I had saved this back when I was doing dungeon stuff on my computer, my Apple II Plus. And I still have it. But anyway, I'm rambling now because I've pretty much already said everything I need to say. Don't forget, don't let me continue eating these damn things. Is there anything else to say? Because I'm basically going to cut this video short and play with the editor on my phone for you to see. So now I got to reach around the back of the phone, or the front of the phone, because it's facing away from me, and hit the stop button, because that's what happens. I also got to remember to edit out the after part where I leave the scene to reach around, and also the beginning. I got to cut off a couple of seconds at the beginning where I was coming back from reaching around the phone to turn it on. And I've done this twice now because I have to remember when I pull up the the camera app on my phone, I have to switch it to forward facing before I start recording. First time I forgot to do that, and I thought, well, I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm just going to do it and then review the video afterwards. And it was basically taking a picture of my wall and my ring light stand while I talked. So yeah, that was all that was. So all this, when I was showing off the inside of my book and everything earlier, it didn't capture any of that. So just had to do it again. So here we are, and now I get to stop.